How are you, Keegan-Michael Key? I'm really hyped to talk to you today.
I'm doing great, Kyle. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. So, first of all, I absolutely love all of your work, and today we're talking about Hotel Transylvania, Transformania,
Nice.
and
Well
your
done.
thank you, and your role as Murray the Mummy. What has it been like to portray, like a fan favorite character like this?
It's first of all a great honor. It always has been a great honor. But this particular movie has been quite a thrill because I've done two other movies already where it took a movie to kind of hone in the voice and you try to get it right where you want it and you're in the pocket. And then this movie comes out and now I have to provide the character with a new voice. And so that was super exciting. That was a lot of fun. Was figuring out what the new voice was going to be and how do we make it relate to the other voice? Does it have to? So a lot of fun questions and challenges came up. And so the whole experience has been wonderful because the movies I just think they're made at a really high level.
Mhm.
And sometimes you go, oh, it's another animated movie, but these movies are really, there's something to the rhythm of them and the spirit of them that I really, really enjoyed making. But then there was an extra level in this one, which was great.
Yeah, I love that you see a different side, if you will, of
Right. The
the
inside.
character.
Yeah,
Right.
the new side is the inside, right?
And it really did, give a kind of fresh spin on the franchise. What kind of where was your mind as an artist as you were figuring out who Murray is as a human? Or yeah,
Um,
yeah, as a human.
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, because there's something magical and mystical about him when he's in all of the wrappings, in like the mummy wrappings. And it was interesting. I remember when I first saw some images of what he looked like. I remember us taking the voice, and I was like, I don't know why, but my brain wanted to see him in a weird way, like an old English explorer that would have found him. So I
Hmm.
was doing this type of old English dialect, but it's so completely different than the other voice that, the voice he regularly has. And so it was like, we have to find a way. How do we give that energy, but he still has this kind of African American syncopation to the voice? And it was interesting because when I saw the pictures of him, first of all, it isn't it funny? It hadn't occurred to me, Kyle. I was like, oh wait a minute. Of course, there's a body underneath the wrapping. But
Right.
for three movies, that image of him being wrapped up with those little green eyes is all you think of that being who he is.
Mm.
And so it was really thrilling to go, oh no, of course you got a man up in there. So it was a lot of fun to work with the directors who were awesome. Jen and Derek were fantastic. And us kind of sussing out how much flavor do you give it and how old is his voice and trying to figure all of that out was really, really a blast.
Yeah, I think I was excited to see all of the transformations, but Murray I think was my favorite because it's like exactly the reasons you're saying. I'm like, what is he going to be? Is he going to be like an old Egyptian guy? Is he going to be like I didn't know, and then when he pops up, and I
Yeah.
love the part where he's playing with his arms, and it's just such a fun transformation of this character that
Well,
I've really
yeah,
enjoyed it.
it was really great. They also were very open. There were places, and you don't often. It's rare to have this opportunity during a animated film, but there were places that were really fantastic where we had what I call green lights for improvisation. So sometimes they would just let me go and let me go, and there are a couple of things I know that you're improvising, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, we actually haven't drawn that part yet. We can draw." That improv line into the animation. And that's really great when you get to see that. But so much of it was they had such a wonderful idea for this movie that I got to say, he hasn't moved around like an old man ever in his life.
Right.
Now, my man's like 2,500 years old and he's got to locomote through space and he's never done this before. And it was just, it was, I think it was such a great, clever concept.
And how is it for you? Is there a difference for you between doing live action as an artist, between live action and animated, or is there no line for you?
No, there's a huge line I find, which is that you seldom, if ever, in an animated film, especially these Transylvania movies, you're never given the note, pull it back. They never tell you to pull it back, which I'm perfectly fine with because you've seen my other work. So that's the thing is, I'm always trying to match the exaggerated nature of the animation. I'm trying to match the exaggerated nature of the drawings. So what can I do vocally, or what can I do emotionally? There have been times when I've left a booth after working on an animated film where I'm more exhausted than when I've been on a live action movie.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're trying to fill the character. And if the word that you're looking for is exaggerated, then you've got to match that.
I love that. And what is it like to, potentially, from what I understand, and there seems to be conflicting information, this is the last one, this is not the last one. If this is the last one, do you feel that this is a proper send-off for Murray and the franchise?
I do think it's a proper send-off for the franchise. I can't imagine you having really a better idea than this one to flip it around. It's good. It's one of those things. It was really satisfying, Kyle, because it was unexpected and inevitable in a way. You're like, what? I mean, what else are we going to do? We got to turn them into humans. And like, I would have never thought of that, but it makes perfect sense. And I think it's a great way. Again, there's the plots of all four movies have always been wonderful, exciting, filled with twists and turns, and this is no exception. So in regard to consistency, I think the best way for us to go out. And also, again, a wonderful kind of ooey gooey center to the story about acceptance and love and equality. And this franchise has been one of those gifts that keeps on giving in the animated world and the cinematic world at large. It's really great.
Absolutely. And, it's a place that I want, a lot like Schmigadoon, which I absolutely freaking love. Of course, it is a world that I want to live in. I want to be there more,
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping this is like when, musicians go, this is my farewell tour. And then it's, they do 3 more tours. Right. or this is the farewell tour. And then they never retire. I hope it's like that. I hope, we make 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these guys.
Yeah, me as well. As a fan of all of your work and as a fan of this franchise, it just really is just top notch. There's something for everybody to love. I'm a horror fan. I'm a film buff. I'm a comedy fan. And it kind of touches all of those. I could bring my godson to it, and he loves it. I mean, it's just one of those. What do they call it? 4-quadrant films or whatever.
It's like a perfect example of a 4-quadrant film. I mean, hard jokes for the adults, good physical comedy for the adults, lowbrow stuff for the adults and the kids, fun action for the kids, and then great lesson wrapped up in the middle of all of it. I mean, they know how to do 4-quadrant with this franchise. They really do.
I love it. Keegan-Michael, thank you so much for speaking with me about Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. I can't wait for everybody else to see it. And I can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kyle. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Time. Take care.
You too.
All right, bye, man.